fall break, here's how we're gonna do it. Next week, one of the days you're gonna have social studies the whole time. On Tuesday, I think you're gonna have social studies the whole time. And then on Thursday, you're gonna have science the whole time. Does that make sense? So you'll have an hour to complete this project. Start it and finish it and have it completely done. And we're gonna make it. Callahan, I need you up, I need you listening, I need you calm. Thank you. I need you sitting. Izzy, sitting. Thank you. So I want to give you some examples of what we're going to do, and then we're going to plan it out. Today is the day where we're going to plan everything out. You probably don't even know yet what our projects are going to look like, and I have some pictures to show you. So these are some pictures that I've collected off the internet. None of these are exactly what ours are going to look like. They're all going to look different. Your landform project won't look like anybody else's in this room, much less something I get off the internet. Here's the first one. If you see, this board has a mountain, a hill, a volcano, that's 3, a plain, that's 4, a lake, that's 5, a river, that's 6, a cliff, that's 7, there's a waterfall going off of it, that's 8. This one has everything we need except for one thing: no labels. So that's a good example. Do you notice how they're all attached? All the landforms touch each other. There's no bare board anywhere to be seen. We're going to do the same thing in all these. I want you to see that landforms all attach. A hill doesn't just happen in the middle of nothing. A hill happens maybe in the middle of a desert or maybe in the middle of a plain. A river happens and it flows from one place to another, maybe from an ocean to a river, or to a lake, or from a lake to an ocean, however you want to do it. Going on, our next one, this one has labels, and we're going to have little flags that you can write your landforms on. I'm not going to print them out because I don't want to tell you what landforms to use. You're going to decide. This one, clearly they said, I want you to use these printed labels, so you would have to make those things. Yours might not have those things on it. Seriously, you need to get it together. Thank you, my friend. Going on, the next one, I like to, you can see this one has a river, a lake, a mountain, a plateau. It has a peninsula sticking out into the ocean. It has an island, ocean. One thing though, it has a glacier. You can see they have a white glacier. Glaciers don't just float in the ocean. If they float in the ocean, it's just an iceberg. Glaciers are only on land. But still, I kind of like that picture, so I showed it to you. And you can see what those flags are going to look like. Here's another one. Very simple. Does not have to be too super fancy. Mountain, volcano, valley, hill, lake, river, peninsula. Everything there, everything labeled. This last one I really like because it's really labeled nicely. That is an ideal, perfect landform project. You can see a mountain, a hill, a plateau, an island, an ocean, a peninsula. Everybody cool there?
Yeah.
On next week when you come, I will have a rotating slideshow. I'll show it to you real quick. That is all the ones that we looked at before. This one. And when I start it, you can see that, hello? Here we go. It'll just be running all the time. So that's a bay, you remember. And then it's going to change to a canyon. I'm not touching it. It's just going to go and go and go on a loop. So in case you don't remember what something looks like, you can come over and you can get a look at it. Every few seconds it's going to switch. Everybody cool? Mm-hmm. All right, turn towards me. Thank you. Just right where you are, turn towards me. And Izzy, can you get the lights, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we go to the tables, I want to show you what we're doing. Exactly what we're doing. This is your board. Everyone will have a board that looks just like this. When you're finished, will you show any white on your board whatsoever?
Oh,
no, the whole thing's going to be covered in a thin, thin, thin layer of clay. This is the plan sheet that you have at your place right now. It looks like this. Guess what? This and this are the exact same size. So I want you to put everything on this sheet today that you're going to use on your board next week. Cool? Thumbs up if you got that. We're going to start with this. You're going to get your definition sheet out. Your definition sheet that looks like this. And you're going to look down at it and you're going to go, man, here are the things I really want. I want a hill, I want a valley, I want an ocean, I want an island. You have to have a minimum of 7 landforms on your board. If you have 7, Mr. Ronan is happy. That's what you need. If you want to do more, or you realize that, hey, I have a hill here and a hill there, well, in between, that's a valley, but I didn't put that on my list. Can you stick a flag in it and say valley? Sure, no problem. That's what this is for at the bottom. Bonus, if you have more than 7, that is not a problem. However, somebody asked, well, I want to do the first 5, I want to be all volcanoes. No, that's not okay. You have to have 7 different landforms. You will probably have a mountain and a hill. You might have 2 hills to make a valley in between. Hold on, I'll come to questions in a minute. So, before you draw, I want you to write out the ones that you want to use. Could this change between now and Thursday? Sure, you can edit your plan if you want. You're going to write them all out. You're going to put your name on it, of course. And then I'm going to have you sketch out in pencil first. In pencil, you're going to sketch out what you hope your board will look like. I did this one really quickly. I wanted to use a hill, an ocean, a river, a lake, an island, a mountain, and a volcano. As I was doing the plan, I realized that I had a few extras, and so I put them in the bonus. Here, I have an ocean, I have a river. The river flows from the lake down to the ocean. In the middle of the lake, I have a little red island. Backside of the lake, I have desert that goes all the way through here. In the desert, I have mountain, and I have a volcano. Remember, we'll have lots of yellow and red. Any place you can use yellow and red is a good thing. We're going to run out of green and blue. Happens every year. Over here, I have hills and plain that makes a valley, and you can see I put my little labels on here so that on Thursday, I won't be confused as to what it was. Questions, James?
On the first project, that was supposed, what was that supposed to be in the middle of like the water thing?
Oh, a glacier, but glaciers don't float in the ocean. So.
That could just be like an icy island.
Right, well, okay, but that's not how the person labeled it glacier, and a glacier doesn't float in the ocean. Yes, sir?
I think this is at Thursday?
Yeah.
Today?
Not today. This is just to show you what we're going to do. Yes, Izzy?
Do we get to take it home?
Yes, you're going to take them home. We may keep them until parent-teacher conference, or I may just take a picture and send you home. I haven't decided yet. Parent-teacher conferences are 2 weeks later. I'll probably send them home before that. Oh, I also wanted to show you, if you haven't used modeling clay, I just want you to be prepared for this. When you start, it's really kind of hard if it's cold, but if you start to squish it in your hands, it doesn't take very long at all for it to start to get looser and warmed up. I usually like to warm it up in my hands. And all you're going to do with this clay, you're going to take a little piece, put it on the board, and just start spraying. That's all you have to do. So in case you're wondering how we're going to do this, you see in just like a second, I've started to make my desert, my red desert. And we're going to cover as much of the board as you want. If you wanted to make a landform like a mesa, I'm making a small one because I want you to have as much time as possible. And we only have about 16 minutes right now. I could make a mesa, and then I would connect that to the next landform, because remember, these landforms are all going to connect. You're not going to have any white. That's how long it took me to build a little bit of a desert and a mesa. Everybody understand? Cool. Carl?
Does it have to look unrealistic, like just to get to the desert, because the desert has just yellow, or could you make like the desert?
I don't want you to make the desert green. Why? Because I have tons of yellow and not very much green. So if and when you're making a desert or a mountain, I don't have any gray to make mountains. Mountains would be great to make out of yellow. Deserts, make them out of yellow or red. You're only going to have 4 colors: green, blue, yellow, red. Those are going to be your 4 colors. Yes, sir?
What if we don't notice, but someone totally copied you on accident?
Nobody will. There's no way that yours will look exactly like anyone else's. Yes, sir? Quick. No. You'll use this side. It'll help keep it all in. Let's go to our places. Remember, you're going to write them out first, what you want to use first, and then sketch and pencil. If there's time, you can put your color on.
I drew one out. It's pretty sketchy because this is what it is.
Thank you. Get your definitions out and start writing them down. Find your seat. There's open place. There's open place over here. I like to see that Connor's already got his out. He's going down the list and working. Emma's already working. Chloe's already working. Catherine already working. Vivian already working. Sorry, you're not Vivian. Write all the ones you want to use first, and then draw.
Look how long. No, where's the glacier?
Do you know what to do, Cal?
No, you don't have any white. I must just draw.
Minimum of 7, maximum of as many as you have time to make.
Yeah, minimum.
Believe how perfect that is. Why I used anything else ever, I don't know.
Yeah. We can do anything.
Great, great. You can start. You have your set. So let's start drawing it out. Get yourself some time. You can practice. So is this your oasis? So it might be, I'm just telling you, it might be a little bit big for an oasis because you're taking